5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it.
I just got back from my travels really early this morning. So today, back in Jackson, New Hampshire, and did a little shakeout jog up this local little mountain we have. It's like 1.5 miles to the summit from our house, about 800 feet of climbing with a little bit of scrambling. So it's always a nice, fun adventure from the house, and you get a little bit of everything. So kind of doing like a shakeout run today, but I'm back from almost a little over 2 weeks of kind of craziness. I went to New York City for 3 days for my niece's 16th birthday, who I nannied for from when she was 0 to 3. So it's blowing my mind that she's 16. Makes me feel really old. And my sister, we had a great time. We walked a ton. Walking on concrete all day is no joke. So I made sure I wore running shoes. And each morning I got up and I ran around Central Park, which was actually way different than I was expecting. There's a really great gravel running route you can take around the reservoir, so I did a workout around that, and that went really well. And it was pretty cool to see all different people out there for their morning walks with their dogs, so many dogs, and then people out getting their runs and bikes in. I felt like I was in like a Zwift road biking segment, which was kind of funny. So anyway, then came home for a day, got one run in, some dirt roads, and then so that whole week I think I hit about 29 miles. And then went to Alaska, where we were there for 9 days. We ended up skinning 8 of them. My goal was to do several shakeout runs, but I was just really tired and I was trying to listen to my body. I took a full day off on day 4. I was gonna do an easy run, but skiing with packs that are really heavy to deal with avalanches, so we had airbags, ascent plates, all the things, harnesses, it was really heavy. And I just felt tired, and I felt like running just might be what like tips me over the edge. Last year we were in Alaska, my left knee got a little cranky by the end of it, and I think it had to do with end of season, heavy pack, heavier gear, my bigger skis on. So I wanted to really be careful of that this year. So I did run one day after skiing in Valdez, like up in Thompson's Pass, which was really beautiful and inspiring. And then we had a quick pit stop in Boulder on the way home. I'm an ambassador, an athlete for the clothing company Norrona. They're based out of Norway. Incredible gear, really awesome company. Andrew and I started working with them 4 years ago. They approached us when they were trying to get into the US market and were looking for some backcountry skiers in New England. So we were really fortunate to work with them. Their gear is awesome. I've had a few people ask me to do some gear reviews, so I will do that. They are coming out with a new trail running line. It's just launched this summer. Andrew and I had the privilege to go to Norway last September and shoot the new line. So we stopped over in Boulder at one of their stores, and we did a talk. We had a great turnout. I talked a little bit about PT and running. We shared our adventures in Alaska and this awesome Senya line. I'm wearing the Gore-Tex shell jacket. I love the colors. And then we did a group run and then came home. So it's been kind of wild. So the whole time I was gone, I think I got in 7 runs over 2.5 weeks, which is actually not horrible. And then today is kind of a get home, get unpacked, remember what we're doing. And then tomorrow, jump back into full-on work, running, kind of do a reassessment of how the body came out of this trip. But overall, really happy with how I feel. I just felt surprisingly awesome coming up this hill. I think it's because I was just at elevation. We did a run up at 8,000 feet in Boulder, and it was hard to breathe, but right now I think I've got a lot of oxygen. So yeah, it's been a really fun couple weeks, and I think starting this coming week, it's gonna be, nose to the grindstone and just really start to take care of myself, start to dial in everything, as I feel like now my really big running block is on, it's happening. I think the race is in, I was doing the math, it's like 2.5 months, 2 months and 3 weeks, 2 months and 3 weeks to get ready for 100K. But I've been running for almost 2 months now and doing lots of skiing and touring. So I'm hoping that there's a really good base, and now I just have to get my legs strong and build on the volume. So yeah, that's it. So I am a week back into running after our lots of skiing and travel. And so it's gone really well. I've done a couple run workouts. Today I'm heading out and doing a kind of like sub-max, sub-steady state effort. I'm gonna run up a paved road from my house that's kind of like gradually up and then gradually down on the way back, and trying to focus on hitting, you know, that effort that's like a little less than steady state. It's manageable, but you're pushing a little bit. And I'm gonna be doing 12-minute intervals with that, and then 6 minutes a little bit easier. And the idea behind that is to, you know, start to get used to feeling that effort for a longer period. We're looking at running these ultras as, you know, you're not running your really easy pace, right? You're running a little faster. So you have to get the body ready to tolerate that stress and that load for long periods of time. And so far, my body, I think, has really liked these runs, doing a lot of like sub-steady state work. I don't feel like I get beat up as much, and I still feel like I'm being productive and getting quite a bit of like good foot turnover. So I'm gonna go do that run right now. And then I've been doing a little bit of strength as well. Coming back from the trip, my left knee sometimes talks to me when I do a lot of touring. I have a self-diagnosed possible posterior medial meniscus tear on my left knee. It rears up when I'm like tired, I haven't been doing my strength, when my hamstrings get pretty tight, and it just gets pretty sore. Or if I do a lot of like aggressive resisted like lateral jumping, for some reason will like irritate it, which that's why it makes me think it's meniscus-y. It gets tender in the back of the knee. I'm home. I felt it a little bit running yesterday, and so trying to double down. I've been doing more downhill running, right? So that's gonna load more around the kneecap. So trying to strengthen my VMO, make sure my quad is really balanced. I've been foam rolling every day. I've been trying to roll my hamstring every day to release that. And so today I've just been doing some hamstring strength. 2 days ago I did some deadlifting and a little bit more like weighted lunging, doing some like faster eccentric quad work because that is running downhill, and just trying to keep the legs happy and healthy because it's only April. So sore right now. It's Tuesday. I did the Sunapee Scramble on Sunday, and I had some calf soreness that afternoon, and then yesterday the quads definitely started to talk. But today I was gonna do a workout sort of trying to run 5 to 6 miles at 10K pace on flats, but I think I'm just gonna start out going easy, see how the legs feel, because they're pretty tired. But Sunapee Scramble, new race this year, so fun. I don't think I've had that much fun on the downhill. Since I am not in like race shape, I figured I would talk to my coach Sarah Kais. My plan was to really try and pace myself on the uphill and then hammer the downhill. And I actually have kind of a hard time pacing. I get competitive, and so I really challenged myself to just, you know, hold back. I knew lots of the people around me, and I think I did a pretty good job. I tried to go as easy as I could. Granted, I got to the point where mostly my cardiovascular system was my limiter. My legs felt really strong, but anytime I try and run a little harder, my breathing is what got me. And then the downhill was really soft, which was nice, but it was rooty, muddy, snowy, and so just trying to hammer was like really fun. My legs felt great. Again, I was like redlining. So the big takeaway is feeling strong. It was really fun. And I really need to work on my running cardiovascular fitness, but really happy. You know, was so impressed, and it was so cool to see how fast the pros go. Holy cow. And to see like Grayson and Allie Mack in real life was kind of fun, because they're amazing. And yeah, really fun weekend. Tom Hooper with 6:03 and Paul Kirsch with the USATF crushed it for starting a race. Kind of, you know, new race early in the year, lots of variables. It was like blowing sideways rain the whole time, and it was super fun. So yeah, now I'm trying to run, but I'm feeling pretty stiff. I'm sure it'll feel better once I get going.
Do it.